Hi guys, so today I'm here with Serina and we're from Spring Farm. We're here in Spring Farm, so welcome Serina.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking the time for letting me ask you a few questions about your build. So first of all, I'd just like to start with, so how long have you lived in your new home?
Well, we haven't moved in yet.
Yes.
We're in the process.
In the process of
Less
moving.
than a week.
That's right, yeah. So as we're walking in here, you can still see the boxes being unpacked.
Yeah.
It's a fun time, isn't it, but?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's good, that's good. So how did you find your builder?
I always wanted to build with them.
Yep.
They have the big display that's always been there.
Yep.
Where they are. And have driven past it my whole life since I was a little kid.
Oh, that's good, that's good. So in the end, I mean, that leads on to my next question. So that's why you chose your builder.
It is. That, and my sister built with a different company years ago.
Yep.
She was really lucky. She got her house finished about a week before they lost the
business went.
Yeah, and everyone that was halfway through lost all their money.
Okay.
So it's a nice house and everything. But I didn't. They weren't familiar to me. It was important for me to go with someone that I knew and trusted.
You knew and you trusted. It does make a difference when, like you said, you've probably seen them day in and day out, and it made you a bit more comfortable and familiar with them.
And had always popped in too to see whatever they had on show.
Yeah, cool. So on average, did you spend much on upgrades?
Well, yes. We tried really hard not to, but and we were like, we're Scrooges. We tried not to, but I went 19,000 over. 19,000 over, okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, regardless of how the build went, if you knew that you were going to spend $19,000 extra before, do you think you still would have went with the same builders?
Well, they have little subsidiary companies now.
Yeah.
That they're cookie cutter. You can't make any changes.
Okay.
We couldn't have overspent if we'd have gone through one of their newer companies. I didn't know they existed until.
So it's a bit not knowing some of the information.
Yeah, but the things that we upgraded on, this is our first
home. Yeah.
And we're pretty
well, most of the people that'll be watching this would probably be in the same boat. It's their first home, so they're not really known. So the more you tell them, they'll be.
This is to leave something for the kids.
Yeah.
It's also so that the kids, aren't in a rental anymore.
That's right,
And they can go off and do their own thing. So the changes we made were for them. Like this room, we kitted this out. This cost a little bit extra.
Well, that actually leads to my next question. Were you allowed to make changes to the plan?
Yeah.
That's good.
They were really good. They if there was anything that was like an extra that we wasn't going to benefit us, they let us know.
Okay,
they were very
that's good. That's good.
They were very kind, and we
said,
good
to hear.
It's a pretty fixed budget that we had.
Yeah.
We made it a bit flexible, but they were good. So little finishes that are in the display home. Yeah. Like the skirting boards, those things at the top there. Outside there.
The cornice and that.
But I don't miss them, and that saved a lot of money.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. All right. So I would just like to go into just a few processes. And how you found them. So let's start with the tender stage and pre-construction. How did you find that stage?
That went on forever.
Went on for a while.
They were very good. They emailed the stuff out as soon as it was typed up and all that. And if there was any mistakes, they were very prompt to fix all those. Our major problem, I think, was waiting for the land to register. Yeah,
it becomes more and more
However, that's a good thing, because in that time, your values go up.
Yeah, that's right. So, and it's probably good too, because you don't feel the pressure of having to move because you can't because of the land. So it's not always a bad thing. So what about like the pre-construction? So say like colour selections and the communication with the office. How did that all go?
That was so long ago.
Yeah.
We did those January
of last year.
2015.
Okay.
So when it came down to what we've chosen, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, it's been such long because of the land registration.
Yeah, well, it's just so long ago, and the major thing was you have to choose all your tiles and everything.
Yep.
So by the time you build, they're all discontinued. Every single one of them. We had to re-choose the whole lot.
Because of the time frame.
Yeah. I'm happy I got better ones.
Yeah, but maybe it could have been a thing that when your land is so far registered, maybe you didn't have to have that day so far away.
Yeah. I think 12 months probably, I don't know.
It seems like
I don't know when they order them or anything, but 12 months ahead of time seems like a long time.
That's right, it does too. What about construction? So, say supervisor and stuff like that. How was that?
Brilliant.
That's good.
Absolutely brilliant.
That's good.
Nothing was too much trouble.
Yep.
He's sent me on his phone photos every step of the way.
That's good, that's good.
He was brilliant. If
That's
I had
awesome.
any questions, I could ring him anytime.
Oh, that's perfect.
He was really nice.
Yeah, it sounds, I like hearing these good stories because, you do, as much as you don't hear these, you do hear good and you hear bad, but I like hearing some good,
We weren't in his face. He
Yeah.
had a job to do. I
That's right
didn't
at the
want
end.
him to feel like we were supervising him.
Yeah.
So, we let him do his own thing, and he was brilliant.
Cool.
It paid off, I think.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So, what about the handover? The handover and
yeah.
communication. Well, after handover, it's only been a week. But how was that day? Like, was the handover day pretty good?
I made a mistake.
Yeah.
Because my husband made me pay the final payment online.
Okay.
And we were told to pay by cheque.
Yeah,
and I said, no, cheque. And he said, no, we're not paying but $10 for a cheque. We've paid all the other payments online, paid online. So, of course, on handover day, I paid online. We couldn't get the keys because
it was a little bit of a delay. It hadn't gone through.
We had to wait. So, except for that, and that was his fault.
Okay, yeah. Except for that, everything else was good. The handover day was good.
He just couldn't understand why it had to be a cheque. We don't like the town we lived in, we don't walk around with that much money.
That's right, of course. So was it, they ran you through everything through the house and
yeah, they did.
Helpful things like that to show you things?
They did. They show you the air conditioning, the alarm, and of course it's in one ear and out the other, and I can't do anything without the books.
It's like that, I know what you mean. They can explain it to you, but you really got to read the books and stuff like that.
DVD or something would be brilliant that you could just play and... I need to see things.
Kind of like welcome to your new home kind of thing.
Yeah, this is how you operate this, da-da-da. We ordered a water filter as well. There's a hole in our beautiful stone bench. They can't get it. So I don't know how long we have to wait for that.
Yep. Okay. So, would you build with them again?
I would.
That's good. I like to hear that. And
I would know what I was doing.
That's another thing. So then, obviously, the next question: would you recommend it to family and friends?
Oh yes.
That's good.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
Good. So, well, then I know the answer to this next question, but you believe you chose the right builder?
Oh yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah, not a doubt. And we looked at every single other one, and apart from the name, which did mean a lot to me.
Just wanted to let everybody know we don't want to name any names here. We just want to give some helpful information. So, which is why you would probably notice that we're not trying to talk about the name of the builder. It's trying to give you people helpful information. So, just so you know why we're not naming any builders here.
Yeah.
So that just leads me to my final question.
Yeah.
So, for the people watching, a lot of these people have never built before, have never chosen anything. Is there one or two or some information you could give them that you wish you knew before you started the journey?
Yeah. Be patient. Ask a lot of questions.
Yeah.
If you want something, make sure you articulate it, because they're not mind readers.
Yeah.
You might have in your head what you wanted, and like the first thing is you deal with the architect. He said to us, 18 months is a realistic time frame. So whatever idea you got in your head, 18 months, that was great. That was first thing going in the door. In my mind, we would be in 6 months. So if he hadn't done that, we waited 2 years, so it wasn't far off. And also...
Sorry, but that had to do with a bit of land registration too?
That had nothing to do with the land registration. He just said, this is going to take you longer than you think. This is going to cost you more than you think.
It's virtually just the facts, really. It's just the way it is.
And I had no idea because I've never done it before. He, we looked at the design together, and he pointed out a window and he said, if I was you, I would move that window, because from the front it looks better because it's centred on that wall.
That's right,
And I said, fine. So that was his suggestion, and then we made our other changes and everything, and he worked with us with a few things that we wanted to do.
That's good.
And actually, one of the changes involved, I didn't need a powder room because we didn't need 3 bathrooms. So I had $2,000 to play with for my other things that I wanted to do.
So would you say that virtually putting everything in writing is another thing, because it's hard to get lost communication, isn't it?
if it's not in writing, you sort of, because you've never done it before.
That's right, yeah.
You need something to keep going back and looking at.
That's exactly right. Because there's a lot of things.
It is a lot of things.
It's a lot of things.
Like I'm noticing now that switch should be there.
Yeah,
Why didn't I think of that? And a few little tiny things.
Yeah, it's hard. Like as much as they try to help you, you just those little tweaks here and there. But
oh, I forgot to put lights out the front. I've got a porch light. I didn't put beautiful display lights.
So there you go. Maybe you look for your outside lights. Might be one
and I
tip.
had one light left over. Like when you
get to choose them all.
And I said, I'll just shove it there.
Yeah. But the thing is, when you're on that day, you're picking so many things, so you might not. Yeah. So probably a good tip maybe we could recommend to people is have a bit of a list on just certain things that you might want.
You draw a plan.
Yeah.
Your own plan in
yourself,
your own
in your own time.
Not their plan, because that's too hard to figure out.
Bring it that day.
They give you the big plans and they say you measure this line from that line and all that, and it's too hard. Maths was never my big thing, so I did my own, and I just wrote on where I wanted lights and PowerPoints and everything, and that was good. And I said to them, if I make a big mistake, will you tell me? And they said yes. So
that's right.
I didn't make any big mistakes.
It's a good thing. It's good that the main thing is you kind of have to trust the people you're working with. I mean, it's a big decision that you make, and building that trust, you need to be able to trust them. They're going to guide you in the right direction.
I think the best thing I did was I took one of my twins with me to every single consultation.
Like a second set of eyes or ears.
Yeah, and there was one I think I got upsold a little bit on a bigger air conditioner. We went and had lunch, and he said, I think you got upsold there. I don't think we need that. So we went back and we changed it back to the standard.
That's right.
So that was why I took him.
Yeah, that's right. You do need it because sometimes a little bit pressure in there, so it's good to have a little bit of time to think.
They've even done the kitchen to my height because I'm not tall.
That's good.
Because I couldn't reach the glass
in
my other house. So everything is, to me,
that's good to hear.
My kitchen, everything was brilliant. So.
Awesome. All right, so they hopefully give you some helpful tips, and thank you for Serina for letting us into your house, even though she has just been moved in for a week. So I appreciate it a lot, and thanks for watching.